Now, Rodrigo, you can go. You're going to speak in English or Portuguese? English. Okay. Yes, for sure.
I won't, you won't be able to see it on there. Is that all right?
I think you can. Can I turn it off? Turn this.
You won't hear you unless you're really close.
Okay. Catherine, can I see the presentation on the computer as well?
No,
No?
not with the PDF.
Okay, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a very big pleasure to be here and to have this presentation at COP27 on running to climate change, responding to climate change. I will talk about saying our expertise about zerosummit. That is an event that runs in Brazil. We are on the 3rd edition. And so welcome to zerosummit, the first Latin America event focused on technology, ideas for a carbon-free future. We believe that only through innovation and correct information will society achieve a better and more sustainable future. Our mission is to bring together public and private sector leaders who share and believe in our proposal to generate maximum impact on individuals, industry, and governments. We believe in an economy that can coexist with the environment and be good to the humans. CO2 emissions must be halved between now and 2030 to have a strong chance of keeping global temperature rise below 1.5 degrees Celsius, eventually reaching net zero carbon mid-century or earlier. Every year of delay reduces the likelihood we can stave off the worst effects of climate change of humankind and our planet. zerosummit is tackling this challenge head-on. By uniting a journey to transform the operations of companies and governments, signatories to zerosummit can have a cumulative outside impact. Climate science is now very obvious, and so the actions we need to go trigger to address the issues, translating science into climate action, is challenge of our time, one that would narrowing window of time to succeed. Represents a race for a sustainable future. It's time to guide the world from science to effective action. I'm delighted to have you all on this journey with us. The race is set to continue, and everyone is invited. So this is my invitation for you all to join the zerosummit. It's an event that runs in Brazil, as I said, talking about how with technology and innovation we can achieve a zero carbon future emission. We are on the 3rd edition. The first one was in the beginning of the pandemic, so it held online only. And we did on the Ibirapuera Park, that is one of the biggest parks in the country of Brazil, and the biggest park that is in São Paulo, the capital. It's our vision, our mission, and our values. And we have, as I said, we have a commitment to innovation and technology to achieve a net zero carbon emission. So the event have 3 pillars: the conference, the awards, and the exhibition. The conference, we have so many people in an inspiring exchange of outstanding ideas in search to a better sustainable business solutions panels with ecosystem of international corporation, investors, entrepreneurs, tech enthusiasts, and government leaders from many countries. We started the awards last year on the 2nd edition, and the awards, it's the way that we recognize people, startups, companies, individuals that are achieving and looking for a better future, a sustainable future. We have, together with both pioneers and outstanding global leaders, we have created a stage of inspired idea exchange driven by needs, sustainable and business solutions. So we have so many people working with us that comes voluntary to the event and talking about pillars like energy, mobility, consumables, agro, and other business that can help us to achieve a net zero carbon. So Zero Summit, it's not an NGO, we are a company, but we invest all our profits in the companies that join us in the event to make our voice loud and loud. As I said, we have so many people and companies and individuals receiving our awards. We have also an exhibition with our partners that are looking for technology and innovation to achieve a net zero carbon future. So we have an exhibition for mobility, for sustainability, for food, for agriculture, for energy as well. I'm one of the co-founders of the exhibition with Lucas de Grassi, the Brazilian that was a Formula One driver, and nowadays he's a world championship of Formula E. And Carlos Pellicer, that's CEO global of UPL, a big global company working in agriculture. We imagined and we we changed this idea to an event, to a company, when we was doing an MBA at Harvard University, an MBA program there. We was all three together there and we imagined that we can look for a sustainable future and help people to achieve the net zero carbon. And I always say that Zero Summit was held and was imagined near a big river, near the sustainable, like the Charles River. Here are some of our partners around the world and also in Brazil: the United Nations, the FIA Formula E, the Earthshot Prize. We are one of the nominators of the Earthshot Prize, Sport and Sustainability, that works together with Formula E, and SP Tourism, that's the Secretary of Events and Tourism from the city of São Paulo and from the state of São Paulo. This was our day one in Zero Summit. We launched the event on January of 2020, just before the pandemic, and it's why we need to do the two first editions in online versions only. In the pre-launch event, we donate 500 trees to people who was in the event. So all the people receives a tree and they planted the tree. It's the way that we come to net the carbon emission for the launching event. This was the official premiere, as I said, the first one. We made it only online and transmission online for more than 40,000 people. This park that's behind of us is the park of Ibirapuera, as I said, the biggest park in Brazil and the biggest park in the state of São Paulo and the city of São Paulo. More pictures about the event and the park of Ibirapuera. We invite we have invited so many change makers. We have so many change makers on our stage. More than 100 people comes to the stage on Zero Summit events, on the conference. This is about the second edition of the event that was held on Audi House of Progress in the city of São Paulo as well. We have so many panels. I will come to the numbers to show you how big was this second event, only the second event. And we also had the Formula E car from Lucas de Grassi that runs on the season 2018. Here the numbers about the Zero Sum 2021. You had more than 4 million impressions on social media, more than 16 hours of live content, 9 panels, 56 speakers. Was the first Zero Awards. We have it in 2 days, 54 brands, more than 3,300 engagements, 6 trophies was in the first Zero Award, 145 hours of content, more than 4,100 live views, and more 300 seeds distributed in this event as the 3 on the first event. And about our third edition, it was held on city of Foz do Iguaçu in the state of Paraná. Some, as you know, Foz do Iguaçu is a city in the state of Paraná. That's the main base for visitor of famous Iguaçu Falls, one of the largest waterfalls in the world, with a length of 2.7 kilometers and crossing the border with Argentina. The falls was formed by hundreds of waterfalls, including the Devil's Trough, with 80 meters high. We was sponsored by the PTI, that's a foundation from the Itaipu Binational. Itaipu Binational is the biggest hydropower plant in energy production all over the world. It's not in installed capacity, but in energy production. And we was sponsored by the foundation that makes research and development by the Itaipu Nacional, that calls PTI. In Portuguese is a fundação que faz pesquisa e desenvolvimento para a hidrelétrica de Itaipu. Here you can see some pictures from the event. We received from the mayor of the company, of the city of the Foz do Iguaçu, the key of the city. Lucas de Grassi was holding them. This is the general, that is the CEO of the PTI, the Technological Park of Itaipu, and some of our presentations and our panels during the conference. Here was our supporters, our sponsors from the 2022 edition. We also have CBiogas right there, as was shown in the last presentation as well. And about the 2022 numbers, we have 2 days. This event was last week. I flew from Foz do Iguaçu to here on the 5th of November. We have more than 500 guests. We have more than 20 speakers. We have a special attraction knowing the falls, the PTI, the hydro of Itaipu as well. We have a network lounge with an exhibition for the companies that was one of our sponsors. Real-time content, you have a live transmission as we have in the first 2 events, the 2 first editions. So about the 2023, it will be held on Parque Ibirapuera as well. I will talk a little bit further about it. And a very good information that the city of São Paulo in 2003, in the March, we had a Prix, that is a race from Formula E in the park of IMB, that where we have an exhibition of samba in São Paulo. Who is from Brazil knows very well the park of IMB, and will be a racetrack for Formula E in 2023 for the first time. So something that we launched this year on our 3rd edition was inspired on the YPO. It's our YZO, the Youth Zero organization. And this YZO, the first president is the one of our speakers at the third edition. It's Verena Pacola. She's a woman at the age of 23, Brazilian medical student. Verena Pacola was awarded by NASA and the IMCTI, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, through the Asteroid Run program, the result of a partnership between the American Space Agency and the ministry. She won the Zero Awards 2022 in the category of Youth Inspiration. So I was very happy when I arrived here in the COP27 and said that COP27 is doing a strong job in the youth and kids. It's on our corner here, a big pavilion. They are encouraging the youth people to discuss and talk about net zero carbon and participate on the actions that do it. And as I said, we have a strong partnership with Formula E that will start on the next year. So we have 3 days of event on next year, 2022, 23, and 24 of March. And one day will be held on Ibirapuera Park, as I said. The second one will be held on Formula E. And the third one will be at Bloomberg facilities in the city of São Paulo. And we will have a new panel that calls Amazon, and we will invite leaders that can talk about Amazon and the innovations and technology that can preserve Amazon and talk about Amazon through technology and innovation as well. So one more thing very important, as I said on the beginning, we are one of the more than 300 nominators of Earthshot Prize. Earthshot Prize is a prize held by the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. So Zero Summit is one of the nominators, and in the last year, we was the one that sent more companies and cases to them. And the result of this prize will be public on December of this year in Boston. We will be there with them. And where we will do one of the 3 days of the next event will be on Planetarium of the Parque Ibirapuera. Will be in person, and we will transmit it online as well. These some images that other events that was held in Ibirapuera Planetarium. You are expecting more than 300 guests. Will be at least 25 speakers. We will have a live transmission as well. We will be in person and live. We will have the network and the real-time content and the special actions as well with our sponsors. So it's, as I said, Zero Summit, it's not an NGO. We are a company. Me and the other 2 co-founders are working for free for the Zero Summit because we understand and know how to give the knowledge to all the people, to society, to the companies, because you know that we want Zero Summit to be a place, to be a hub that companies, individuals talk about a net zero future. So if you want to know more about us, we have our website, and we're on the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I invite you all to join us, to be with us on the next March 22, 23, and 24. It will be a pleasure to have you as a participant, as a sponsor, as a speaker as well, if you want to talk about some of our panels and from our pillars. Thank you so much.